please refer to the diagram. So you have the shape like this. And then the Y. Remember the double line to show the wall. And then you have X. The wall seems to be thicker. And there's another one here. And then you label it. This is X, which should be the umbilical vein. And this is the umbilical artery. So let's move on. Here, this question asks about the two differences in the composition. Remember, it is the composition that is important. Composition. That is the content. Is blood. And what is the composition of it? And state two differences in them. So when we look at the relationship between the placenta and the fetus, you see inside the umbilical cord there should be at least one artery and then a vein. Artery, we name it after the fetus. That is, it is bringing blood away from the fetus. And then there should be a vein drawing blood back to the fetus. So here we see that since the artery is bringing blood away from the fetus, therefore it is carrying more carbon dioxide and less, or we say lower concentration of oxygen. And of course the nutrient level would be of lower concentration. And for the vein is from the mother side, from the placenta back to the fetus. Therefore, it should contain less carbon dioxide and more higher oxygen concentration and with higher oxygen nutrient level. Question 3. We talk about the mass of DNA from the nucleus of a human egg to after fertilization and develop into an embryo. So 3 key stages: from egg, after fertilization, that is fertilizing, and then an embryo. 3 key stages. So in the beginning, from 0 to A, it represents an egg, which is a haploid cell. And then what happened when you see the changes from 5 unit to 10 unit at B? That is, almost the same amount of DNA is added to the egg. What is the process? Then it must be fertilization. 5 units from the egg, 5 units from the sperm, and adding up to 10, which form the fertilized egg. So here at B, it is already the fertilized egg here. And you see the line is a very strict line going upward immediately. That is, immediately the sperm enter into the egg, forming a fertilized egg. And after fertilization, you see the amount of DNA increase gradually. That means some gradual process is happening, increasing the amount of DNA, and which represent the replication of DNA in the fertilized egg. Replication, that is, after fertilization, it starts to grow, and during the growth, there's an important process to increase the amount of DNA from 10 units to almost 20 units here. So that is at C, it is already ready for having almost 2 sets of DNA. And then at D, after some more time, it is ready for division, and it divides directly from 1 cell, and it divides into 2 daughter cells and form an embryo. And the daughter cell is now having 10 units of DNA, which is the same as the fertilized egg. They are both haploid here. Diploid there. So part A is straightforward type of cell division. An egg is formed. Therefore, it must be a mitotic cell division. And then part B, from A to B. From A to B here. A to B, as I mentioned just now, it increases from 5 units to 10 units. That is double. So 5 units from an egg, 5 units from a sperm, adding up will have a 10 unit, which is a fertilized egg. So your answer is fertilization, and the DNA content increases from 5 to 10. And then after fertilization, from B to C, since the cell need to grow, and as it grows, and we see the changes. The DNA increases from about 10, and it goes up to around 20. So that is a process of replication of DNA. So the key answer is the DNA increases from around 10 units to almost 20 units, and that is a process of replication of DNA. And from D to E, that is after fertilization happens, the fertilizer need to grow like here, and then in the end it divides to form 2 cells, so that before division it has doubled the content of DNA of 20 units, and then it becomes 10. That means from 1 cell it divides into 2 cells over here. Then we have 1 cell, and then it divided into 2. One here and the other there. So then it becomes an embryo. And of course, part C, it asks about where does the part A to B happen. A to B is fertilization. Fertilization happens at the oviduct. It is a very important information you should know. Part D, it talks about a micrograph showing the root tube. Remember the root tube of onion. It is a plant, and root tube, only mitosis occur. So be careful, only mitosis occur at the root tube of a plant. And when you compare the different cells, when you compare 1 and 4, note the difference in size. Cell number 1 is much smaller, and it goes to the same size as this one. So they are newly formed daughter cells, and therefore they are the end of the cell division. So we place number 4 as the first one, and then the division followed by 2. So here, and then it goes to 3, the chromosome separated, and lastly it forms 2 daughter cells. So the sequence is 4, 2, 3, 1.